man will pretend to love you because maybe they have realized that you are a good person, you are because you are a good person. Love when you're still there, and if he doesn't love you, even when you get into marriage, he'll now stop pretending. He'll become the real you. He'll now beat you of the because of the little things, you know. But when you are still dating that man, even when you break something like glass, he'll pretend it's okay, nothing serious and everything. But when you or people are dating, he pretended because he wanted to. Hi beautiful people, welcome back to Reality with Brenda, where we keep life real and honest. If you're watching me for the first time, please feel welcomed because we love guests here. And if you're watching me for the second time, third time, or even sixth time, thank you for always coming back to support me by watching my videos. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so and click that red bell so that you may be notified when I upload another video. So today is another beautiful day with another beautiful conversation. So stay tuned and enjoy this video. So guys, first of all, I want to thank you for 56 subscribers. Oh guys, it has not been easy, but kwa sababu ya nyinyi mmefanya ikakuwa easy, and I thank you so much. I don't take it for granted, and I will never take it for granted. In just 2 weeks tumefika 56, and what about 1 month? So tutafika 1000. Keep supporting me guys, don't stop. Keep on liking on my videos, subscribe, commenting, and also share videos. Tufike kule mbele tutafika. Guys, have you ever asked yourself why most people when they immediately they enter into marriage ndio wanapatanga wanaachana sana, they separate now, they become enemies and everything? Ushajiuliza hiyo swali? Have you ever asked yourself that question? If no, this is why these things do happen. You know, you can date someone for more than 10 years, for 5 years, for 2 years, for even more than that. And when as soon as you or immediately you enter into marriage, now things change, and now people never kusumbuana, and you end up breaking up. It's because of this. You know, most people they do pretend a lot when they are still in a relationship. Most young men, you know, I'm talking the truth, I'm saying the truth, you know that even as ladies, I don't see that picture. We are also pretenders. When we date, we do pretend a lot. You know, some people will pretend like they are the most caring person, the most caring boyfriend, or the most caring girlfriend. But once they get they enter into marriage, now things change. You know, maybe a man used to give you more attention when you people are dating. You know, he used to give you more attention. Now when you enter into marriage, now things change. Someone can marry you, he's not in love with you. Men are really funny. You know, a man can pretend to love you, but they don't love you at all. They don't. They just like the person that you are. And most of them, you know, when you pretend to be a good person, you know, someone that this man is looking for, even if he doesn't love you, he will date you because of who you are. Understand? Because of who you are, not because of love, you know. And now when you pretend to be that kind of person, and you're not that kind of person, that man will now change, completely change, because you're not the one that he wanted, and he doesn't love you. You know, that marriage will not last. With ladies now, most of us ladies will love someone who gives attention, someone who cares a lot for us, someone who checks upon us, someone who wants to know how you are paid all day and everything. So when you marry, when you people get married and you don't even ask how was your day, you know that lady will now whether you're married because this person is not asking how I've been. Maybe that lady has been going through a lot all day, and now you don't even ask because maybe what she wants, she just wants to talk to someone to express herself how she feels, and you now don't care. Your phone, watching football, watching wrestling and everything. You don't even ask her if she's fine or not, you know. So that thing really breaks the marriage very fast, you know. And now communication, when you pretend to be a communicator when you are still dating, and now when you get into marriage you don't want to talk to you, unapata unakuja mambo umekasirika usiku, you don't even greet you don't greet, you know. Men are better than because they can go outside wakosana na mtu kwa hivyo, and when they come to the house they come with that bitterness. Hata unapika chakula unakataa kukula, that thing is very bad because inafanyanga hata mwanamke anaboeka anachoka sana na marriage, you know. Ladies, men love someone who is upright, you know. So when a man tries to ask you something, like maybe he's trying to send you somewhere, or maybe he's just telling you to do something and you obey him, but man will know that you are a submissive woman, you know. But now when you get into marriage and then when he asks you simple thing like maybe go and warm food for me and you refuse to do that, maybe he's just asking for maybe go and bring that thing for me, and you start asking like, don't you have your own legs and everything? That man will now lose interest because maybe he married you because he thought you were that kind of a person, you know. And so women, you know, when a man marries you and pretend to love you, you know, a man will pretend to love you when you're still there, and if he doesn't love you, even when you get into marriage, he'll now stop pretending. He'll become the real him, you know. He'll become the real him because he knows that maybe it usually happens when someone is already pregnant or someone has already given birth to his child, you know. He will now stop pretending, become the real him. Even when he's a toxic, he will now become toxic husband. Become, even if he is someone who beats women, he will now beat you because of the little things, you know. But when you are still dating that man, even when you break something like glass, he'll pretend it's okay, nothing serious and everything. But when you marry that man, when a man becomes now when you become his wife and you are already given birth to one or two kids, he will now be the real person that he is. He will now shout at you because of the little things. Even if you break a simple plate, he can even beat you for that, you know, because he is now being him, you know. When you or people are dating, he pretended because he wanted to win your heart, or he wanted to understand. So when he is already given up, maybe that men think that you can't go anywhere because you have kids now, you can't run away from him, you know. They know that women pretend to be very humble and calm, you know, when you are still dating. But when you get into marriage with that person, he's now become very rude, you know, stubborn. He can't even pay attention to the things that you tell her to do, or she doesn't even care about your feelings and everything. That woman will just be like, you have someone in the house, but it's like you don't have someone in your house, you know. Someone is not, even when you can see even the kids are crying hungry there, that woman is not doing anything, you know. It becomes rude. Another thing is cheating, you know. When you cheat on your person, may it be a woman or maybe a man, when you cheat or when you give your spouse a reason to think that you are cheating, that marriage is not going anywhere, you know. So I understand men sometimes do have their female friends and women also have their male friends, but when you get married, please try to avoid the deep conversation about yours between you and your friends, you know, because you know most things for men, when a man does not believe that a woman can be in a serious friendship, or they don't believe that a woman can be a friend, a best friend to a male friend, you know, because I don't know why they don't believe that. They believe that women cannot be friends with men, because that maybe they are, you know, when you give maybe your male friend attention, too much attention, you forgot that you are a married person, you know. That thing will break your marriage, because that man of yours will now begin to think that you are cheating on him, because you know there are some conversations that you cannot talk with your friend, you know. But now when you are used to someone, he will now say anything that you want to say, you know, without even, because when you give your female friend attention, yeah, when you give them freedom to talk to you the way they want, you know, there are things that cannot be spoken to a married woman or a married woman or a married man, you know. When you people are not married, you can talk anything, anyhow, or anything that you want with your friends. But once you are married, there are things that you have to stop saying, or to stop talking about with your friends, you know. So there are things that, you know, when you are used to your friend now, kuna mambo zingine mnalanga kuongea ama mmezoea kuongea yenye maybe to a spouse, to not sit one in them, you know. Maybe they will start doubting that you are together just doing the playing around, even if it's not true. They will not believe, because now every time, even when that man will be maybe at work and apige simu kwanza kushika, they will now begin to think that maybe you are with that person, you know? Or maybe when you go out and maybe kuna traffic and everything, and after you late, bila walimu wanakuja late, that person will now begin to think maybe you went to see that person, you went to do your things with the person, you know. So when you are in a marriage, stop now entertaining friendships and everything, you know, telling people about your person, you know, explaining to them what is going on in your, telling people what is going on in your house and everything, you know. When something is wrong with your partner, you can sit down and talk to that person, and maybe if those people, if that person is understanding and everything, he will understand you and he will try to change you. If he's the one that he's the problem, he can learn how to change, or maybe but no, there are some men or there are some women who likes talking about what they are going through in their marriage. Maybe your husband did something that you didn't like, you didn't tell him, you didn't tell her, you went and tell your friends that this is what this man is doing. No, your friends will advise you otherwise, you know? They will tell you that, yeah, no, that cannot be happening. You need to do that, man, and you need to do this and this. Even if you are doubting a man is cheating on you, your friends will now start telling you that go and do this also, because he can't do that alone. Teach him that you are better than him, you know? Tell him that you can do it better than you know? So those are the things that really breaks marriage faster than even you can even imagine, you know. Pretending to be the person that you are not, and now oversharing your problems, your marriage problems, your house problem with your friends, and keeping friendship that is not, you know, that is not necessary. When you have boundaries is very important. So when you have even friends, I don't advise that you should leave your friend or something. No, just keep boundaries. But there must be some boundaries between you and your friends. So even you can say from 8 p.m. no phone calls, no phone calls, because you're now spending time with your partner. And you see, there are some friends even they can call you even at midnight, just because of a simple person. They can call you, and you have given them this access to call you whenever they want. So that is the thing that really inafanyanga mtu anaboeka haraka sana na mtu, because of the silly mistakes that we do unknowingly. So when you get into marriage, just prepare for this. That man may be pretending to care, how to do it, to love you, or even, but when you get into a relationship, maybe he changes. There's no person who is 100% perfect. So prepare yourself for these things, and when you avoid, when at least before you marry someone, at least now, but before you even give birth, try to know those people more. Ask their friends, ask their relatives how that person behaves when he's mad or when she's mad, when she's angry and everything. Try to investigate all those things, because now you will be prepared when you start now living with the person. So that was it for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your support. And so till next time. Bye.